am stuck here in this cabin while also reading a book about being stuck in a cabin. Hello, my fellow book lovers. What is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you wouldn't know this, but if you're not new here, you can probably notice that I am not at my house or at my apartment. I am actually away for the weekend in this cute little like studio cabin up in the mountains for the weekend. I decided to film a fun little reading vlog for you guys. For Michael's birthday back in November, I bought him ski tickets. We're basically up here at the mountain where I bought him ski tickets to go skiing. I personally don't know how to ski. I skied once in my life. It did not go well. So I'm here back at the cabin. Not really a cabin, it's literally like a studio apartment. So basically I am stuck here in the studio cabin while also reading a book about being stuck in a cabin. So I wanted to make this like a fun little reading vlog for you guys, okay? Because I'm only gonna be reading this book in this video. I just wanted to make it fun, like little themed reading vlog. Okay, so technically I'm not stuck, but on the way up here, literally horrible snowstorm, okay, trying to get up here to this mountain. Imagine trying to drive up in a mountain in a snowstorm. Literally, I took 5 years off my life, okay? Took literal 5 years off my life. And the first chapter of this book was literally exactly what was happening to me. Except mine was a little bit worse, honestly. It took 5 years off my life. It was so scary. It took us 3 extra hours to get up here than what it originally had planned. Literally, it was a 6-hour drive turned into 9, which is absolutely bonkers. Okay, it's so weird because Michael and I are from New York, so like we have dealt with snow and snowstorms, and I used to live on like a giant hill back home in New York, like at my parents' house. Like there were a few times, like obviously like roads weren't good, and like we got maybe like stuck for a little bit. Like you just had to like really just like maneuver your car and like you would then be good to go. But no, that's not the case here, okay? Literally, it was one of the scariest things in my life because North Carolina apparently, well, not apparently, they just, I guess, don't get snow very often. Makes sense, especially not where I live. They don't get snow at all where I live. But up here in this area, in the mountain area, I'm like so surprised. I'm like, I mean, it does snow up. So the fact that like there was no like precautionary things happening and that we were just literally driving on like main highways that were being covered in snow and so many people were having to pull off. It was crazy, okay? But that's not what I came out here to talk about. So I thought I would read a book, a thriller book about a husband and wife who get stuck in a cabin on a weekend away, because that was me yesterday. Me and Michael were stuck here in the cabin. We're gonna have a fun little time reading Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Okay, this is my first Alice Feeney book that I've ever read. I have started reading it. I read the first 3 chapters. I just wanted to get everyone's POV and stuff like that. So I'm on page 23 in the book. I've already gotten the 3 POVs. Well, not 3 POVs. I've gotten, let me see if there's more POVs. Because there's Amelia and Adam. And then I got, oh, there is a few POVs. That's interesting. I wonder how they're gonna play out. But basically, the gist of already what's happening and basically what you kind of get on the back of the book is that Adam and Amelia, they're kind of like going through like this really rough patch in their marriage. Their couples counselor thinks like a weekend away could help them, you know, get back on track into like what their marriage was. Adam is a screenwriter, so he like literally lives to work and like loves his job as a screenwriter, and like literally it consumes him, and he's like a workaholic, and he says that he knows that he's a workaholic. And Amelia works at a dog shelter, I'm pretty sure. It was kind of explained she works at a dog shelter. She also loves what she does. Adam has a facial blindness, so he can't even recognize his own wife, his friends, his family, things like that. So that definitely puts a little bit of a strain on his life as well as their marriage. Now Amelia decides that since she won this weekend getaway, that they were gonna go away for the weekend to this cabin. Okay, but I'm also already a little like kind of not freaked out, but also kind of like spooked because like they both have already said something about like, oh, I've already got something planned for this weekend. That makes me like freaked out. That I'm like, what did you both plan on your own for the other person? Because you're making it seem really sketchy. I'm just gonna continue reading, and they just got to the cabin or the chapel. They just got to the chapel, which is what it is. It's like a converted chapel that you can stay in. And so they just got there, and some creepy stuff has already happened. She literally said right out the gate, we're gonna do this. So anyways, I'm gonna continue reading for a little bit. so a little update. I'm not that much farther in. I'm 50 pages in now, and so far we are getting the present and past timeline through letters that Amelia has written to Adam for their anniversaries. And every year, basically the letters are like based off of like what that anniversary is. So like the first anniversary is usually like the paper anniversary. So like we got that, and it's kind of like a little insight to their marriage and like certain things that have happened over the past years and how they're both what seems like liars, clearly keeping secrets and not trusting the other. It's really interesting to see in Adam's point of view though, because he, like I said, has facial blindness. So to see him like say, he was like, I can't pick up on people's faces and or like expressions they're making. He's like, so I can tell by the tone of her voice how she's feeling. But sometimes if she's just like, if she says certain things, I can't read what her face is meaning for them to say, because he can't see the expression on her face, which is so strange and weird to me. Look, I mean, I know facial blindness is like a legit thing and like that people literally have to go through that, but it's so weird because it's something like I can't really fathom, like being like, how do you just not recognize their face? But I mean, I guess it's just like, you just can't. I don't know. So yeah, so now we're on the cotton anniversary, and it says our second anniversary. So I'm on that. I'm on page 50. And yeah, so far we've gotten just Amelia and Adam's point of views. They both keep being really ominous about certain things. Like at the end of the past 2 chapters, they both have said something like very odd, and I'm like, what? Like it's so weird. I'm like, okay, like that could mean a multitude of things, but the way I'm seeing it now is just like life or death, and I'm just like, that's just dramatic for what's going on and like with their marriage. I'm like, that's just really dramatic for you guys to be saying that. But yeah, anyway, so that's the update so far. Not that I actually need the extra cup of coffee. I don't know, there's just something about having a nice cup of warm coffee while reading a book. I don't know. Okay guys, I know I'm not giving you much to work with the angles and the things here in this little tiny place. There's only so many places for light in here. A little update. It's honestly really slow going. There was a new point of view introduced, which kind of like doesn't give you anything yet. It like literally is just kind of there. Only 80 pages in, but this book is less than 300 pages, and for some reason anytime that there's a book that is less than like the average length of a book I would read, it feels like it takes forever. Like I feel like, I mean, I really haven't been reading that long. It's only a little bit after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't even remember when I started, but I started maybe like 2 hours ago, right? But like I should have been more through this book than I am. I feel like within that 2 hours. I'm usually a fast reader. I feel like the pacing of this book is maybe just a little bit slower. But yeah, so there isn't much to even give you an update on. It's a little eerie, like I was saying, still is. Good thing I'm reading this during the daytime. Good thing Michael's out skiing, because this is about a husband and wife who literally get trapped together. Suspicious things start happening, okay? And suspicious things have already started happening, so let's just get that out of the way. Suspicious things have been happening. I don't know who's causing them. Honestly, I'm a little stumped currently. A little stumped. So, I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading. You guys, we just got some tea. Some tea was just spilled at the end of this chapter. Crazy. Oh my god, literally though, like when I saw this, when I read the line, I was like my eyes went like bulged. I was like, crazy. It's really not even like that crazy for a book. Like that's a pretty common thing that happens in them. even like, and especially like thrillers, like, and stuff like that, it's like a pretty common thing that happens that like has that snowball effect of like, okay, so here's like one of the starting points, or like here's like all this like beginning stuff that led to this, into making this snowball, which this then snowball turned into an avalanche. You know what I mean? Like, crazy. Wow. Okay, just had to give you a little update on that. That was crazy. This couple is wild with their secrets, okay? Like, literally, I don't even know any of the secrets other than, like, the bombshell, not the bombshell, but the tea that was dropped in one of the other chapters that I literally just talked about. Literally don't even know the secrets, but, like, things keep just, like, they keep just, like, saying things, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, for instance, he literally just confessed to something, well, in his own inner monologue, like, not to her, but he just, like, confessed to doing something that, like, for what, though? Like, he just, like, and it wasn't, okay, it was, like, kind of a bad thing because it, like, scared her, but it just, like, had to do with the house. But anyways, so he just confessed to, like, doing something in his own inner monologue that, like, is, like, okay, like, weird. Like, why would you do that? Because obviously you don't know. Like, you don't know what's coming up. So I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that's weird. But they're both just being really sus. You guys, like, they're being so sus. I don't want to DNF it at all. Like, I am actually intrigued, but some of the stuff that they're like saying and going on, like I have a lot of anxiety, but it's like a lot about like talking about their marriage, and like they don't know who, like, it's like almost like they don't know who the other person is anymore, or like they're not who they used to be, or like they're trying to change me, this and that. And it's like, my wife or my husband isn't who they seem to be, and like I know that, like I know they have secrets and I have mine, and they've only been married for like 10 years, and I'm like, okay, like this is making me really anxious. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm on another anniversary now. The third POV so far just like doesn't make sense as well. Like, I just like don't understand like the point. Like, something that she said does make sense as to like who she is in the story right now, but I'm like, okay, like how is she gonna tie into all of this? Like I understand like she had to like drop a bombshell like pretty early on for that point of view for it to make sense, but at the same time I'm like, okay, like what, how is this all coming together? The anniversaries too are like weird, because I'm like, okay, so do we have unreliable narrators? That's something I always think of when I'm reading a thriller, is like, is the narrator unreliable? He even says, like the husband even says that like Amelia has her own like skewed point of view and even like perception of things. So like we're only getting the letters in her point of view for like how she felt and like what she seen and her experience and her point of view of that time in their life. So I'm like, okay, like are we getting this perception, but is it a false narrative? I don't know. No idea. Alright, you guys, it's about 3 o'clock now, and I'm now just halfway through the book, but I decided I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna eat some lunch, because guess what? Didn't do that at all. I ate breakfast, didn't eat lunch, and it's 3 o'clock. Like I was saying, I'm halfway through the book now. So far it's good. Like, it's definitely interesting. Like, it's very slow going. It's almost like really like ominous. Is that how you say that word? I don't know. I'm not really good at pronouncing certain ones. Very ominous and like eerie. It's not very like, you know what I mean? It's very unsettling. There we go. Very unsettling. I don't really want to tell you like what happens, obviously, because I want you to be surprised. But someone commented on one of my videos recently. It was like, oh my gosh, I love the fact that you say what happens in books because nobody ever talks about it. And I'm kind of like thinking to myself, I was like, I feel like that's my downfall, is because I literally tell everyone everything that happens in the book. And like a lot of people don't want to don't want it spoiled, so they don't want to know. But someone else literally said that they love that I talk about what happens in the book, like puts everything in the books. So yeah, but basically weird sketchy stuff has been happening with both of them. The husband, Adam, he's definitely a little bit more sketchy. Something else is happening now too that they just discovered that I'm like, okay, that is really, really weird to have happened. And I don't know how I feel about it. The third point of view, the other woman, or at least the other third point of view, like I was saying, she's sketch. I think I know exactly who she is. She's either one of two people, obviously, but I think she's someone from his past, and since he has facial blindness, he doesn't know that it's her, because she's talking about certain things that have been like mentioned through his point of view, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting that that's being mentioned. So yeah, I think She's definitely someone from his past, and I think I know exactly who it is, but I obviously don't know yet. But while my grilled cheese is cooking, I'll give you guys a little tour of the little place that we're staying in. Okay, it is very cute. I will say that. It is very, very cute. Okay, here we are. This is the front door. So when you walk in from the front door here, I'm gonna turn you around. Okay, this is literally like what you see and what you walk into. Everything is a mess because obviously Michael and I are staying here. Living room area, couch, TV. I have New Girl on, obviously. That's the little sleeping area. There's like a little side table, a chair. This is like for eating, our suitcase. And then you turn over here and then this is the kitchen. There's a washer and dryer, which is crazy. The kitchen is so tiny. Like, look how tiny it is. Okay, also it's a mess. I'm so sorry. Literally, that's my grilled cheese cooking. So tiny. And then if you just walk straight back towards this way, you get the bathroom. The bathroom is also super tiny. Honestly, the most like normal part of the place, like bathroom, sink, you know, shower, whole thing. So yeah, it's like literally so tiny. There's not much or not many places to film in here or like be. But yeah, that's a little bit of a tour. We do leave tomorrow. We were here for just the weekend, but obviously with the snowstorm that was here, like literally one of our days was cut. Like we weren't able to like do anything or go anywhere. But anyways, I'm gonna finish making my grilled cheese. I'm gonna eat it and then I'm gonna continue reading. I literally can never shut up. Okay, I'm so sorry, you guys. I literally just yap and yap and yap and I can never shut up. So I apologize, like I said. It's been a little bit later since it's been a little bit since I've updated you. I am now, let's see, I am over 200 pages in. I took a little bit of a break because Michael got home. We're not home, this is in our house. He got back from skiing, so we were just hanging out for a bit. But I'm over 200 pages in now, which is good because it means I'm basically almost done. I think the book is less, like I said, it's less than 300 pages. Yeah, so I have less than 100 pages left. Like it's 291 pages. We're almost at the finish line. Okay, but let me tell you, some crazy things have happened. Okay, I don't want to say them because obviously it spoils it, but crazy things, like, so things I wasn't even expecting. They were like, they figured out like who, or they feel like they figured out who invited them to this like getaway, this weekend getaway. Things are just not adding up, right? So we're getting like glimpses of like the past and stuff like that, which is from all the wife's point of view, and the wife is obviously giving us like tidbits of information. I couldn't even give you a single theory of like what's gonna happen, because like it could be literally like the most like mundane, like just telling you a story and I still have no idea what's going on, kind of like what Lisa Jewell does. I don't know if you guys, I love Lisa Jewell. She is more of like a mystery writer, but like her stuff is like easy to predict, but it's more of like the unsettling eeriness of like the twists that she gives you, and that's what I'm feeling like she's doing, Alice Feeney. Like she loves to give you like little twists, things that are just like mundane things that are just like happening, or like I don't even know how to explain it. It's going very, very good. Like I'm like, when I was reading it and like all the stuff was playing out, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna continue reading so that I stop yapping, because I literally will never shut up if I don't stop now. But I'm almost done, so. Okay, so I am 240 pages in, and you guys, another bombshell dropped. Crazy. Was not expecting that at all. Not in the slightest. I literally thought this woman was someone completely different, and it's not her. It's crazy. Because I don't want to say anything, but it is literally crazy. And I want to know like how this is all gonna finish, because I'm like, this man isn't that old. Things are starting to literally make sense now. Okay, this makes sense. Crazy. I'm so close to the ending. I don't want to say it was like it was crazy actually. I don't know what I'm saying. It was crazy. I was definitely not expecting that at all. Like literally how the whole story played out, was not expecting it. Crazy. Like you literally, sometimes it really proves you don't know your wife or your husband. You don't know either of them. Don't look at me like that. But anyways, this is crazy, okay? I have 2 chapters left, like I said, if the ending gets even crazier. I don't think it's going to, because it seems like it's wrapped up, but still, crazy. These people are crazy. Crazy. I have finished Rock, Paper, Scissors, you guys. The ending, a little lackluster, honestly, for the way that the book went and the course of it. Ending is a little lackluster for me. Like literally just like it like abruptly, I don't want to say it abruptly ended, because it did. Actually, like literally the one thing happened and the next thing you know, it was months later, and then you get a different POV that you've never had before. So very strange, very lackluster. I guess it kind of makes, it's like the whole point is to like make you feel uneasy about the whole thing and being like, okay, well, like what is like legitimately the truth? But I don't know what I'm gonna rate it yet. I think I might wait on it a little bit because I don't know how I feel about it. But that concludes me finishing this book about a couple who get trapped in a cabin while also being trapped in a cabin. I think for right now though, I'm gonna give this book like overall 3.5 stars. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I think that's due. Like I was very much like into it the entire time, but for some reason, I know I said this earlier, that sometimes like short books feel like they're dragging out for so long. Like this book, like I said, is like less than like the average book that I would read. Like it was less than 300 pages, but it felt like it was taking forever. Not that I wasn't enjoying it, because I was, but it was just like the whole thing was very slow paced. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was definitely like the twists and turns, very good. Definitely not what I was expecting. I like literally like the theory I had originally was kind of correct, but also like very wrong. Like I knew it was someone from the past, but was not right at all in the person that it was. So, and then how all the other twists came out, that was crazy. Those twists were crazy. I was not expecting those. That is it for this video. So thank you for coming along with me and having a fun little day in the life reading vlog. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really hope that you enjoyed coming along with me in this day in the life reading vlog. I know I enjoyed it. It was fun. Don't forget to follow me on all my other social medias, as well as subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys next time.